This is Channel 25 WVTT Olean. Now, from the Twin Tiers' biggest broadcast news operation, this is the 6 o'clock report with Jeff Andrulonis and Alexa Olson. Listen on News Radio 96.7 WVTT or watch on News Channel 25 WVTT television. WVTT proudly presents the 6 o'clock report.
Good evening, I'm Valerie Tysaner. Alexa Olson is on assignment tonight.
And I'm Jeff Andrulonis. Good evening. The big story tonight on the 6 o'clock report. It was supposed to be a night of fun and sportsmanship. Instead, police tonight identifying the man found dead behind Ralph Wilson Stadium. Let's go live to the WVTT Digital Newsroom. WVTT's Ashley Masala is standing by with the latest. Ashley, what's happening?
That's right, Jeff. Officials say 26-year-old David Gherkin Jr. of Wayne County in Rochester was kicked out of the Buffalo Bills game at halftime and made arrangements with his brother and friends to meet up after the game. Once the game concluded, they were unable to find him, and they alerted authorities after finding out from firefighters that he hadn't been arrested. Gherkin was found in a stream at the bottom of a ravine after police got a hit on his general location from a cell phone tower. Gherkin's body was taken to the Erie County Medical Examiner for an autopsy. Police are looking at accidental drowning or hypothermia as the cause of death. Live from the WVTT Digital News Center, I'm Ashley Masala. Back to you, Jeff.
Thanks, Ashley, and I know you're continuing to follow that story tonight here on WVTT. Well, the Buffalo Bills did win last night, whether it was being on national TV or just finally winning one. Final score 19-14 over the Miami Dolphins at the Ralph. The Bills now 4-6 on the 2012 campaign.
And an oil platform exploded in Louisiana around noon today. 9 workers were airlifted off that platform. Officials say at least 4 people were injured and at least 2 more are believed to be missing. That explosion sparked a massive fire on the oil platform, a fire that has since been extinguished.
The report to the National Response Center was that they were using a torch to cut a 3-inch line that was approximately 75 feet long. The maximum amount of product that could have been in that line was 75 gallons.
And at the time of the explosion, there were 28 people on board. The platform is owned by Black Elk Energy.
St. Bonaventure's disaster relief group called Bona Responds is going to turn Black Friday into Brown Friday. Bona Responds is heading back to New Jersey, one of the hardest hit areas by Hurricane Sandy, and help with cleanup. The group will be going over Thanksgiving break, and the Bona Responds coordinator says Rockaway Beach is the most likely location. Bona Responds has already gone to the disaster area twice this month to help. They say volunteers are welcome.
And the St. Bonaventure women's swimming and diving team is moving on up in the first collegeswimming.com mid-major Division I rankings of the 2012-2013 season. The mid-major rankings provide an objective point system so teams' relative strength can be compared. Right now, the Bonnies' opponent, University of Buffalo, it's at number 10, and my hometown college, San Jose State, is at number 1.
The Dow Tile plant is closing soon here in Olean. Even though employees know they'll soon be unemployed, they're doing their best to carry on as normal, filling orders and making mosaic tile. They're standing by one another, offering support. Kathy Wilcox, president of the Olean United Steelworkers Union, represents the 174 workers at the plant. She says they're on an emotional roller coaster, but making the best of it together as one large family. Now that plant here in Olean is scheduled to close December 12th. After nearly a century of tile production.
Officials say New York State's unemployment rate has dropped this past month as nearly 6,000 new private sector jobs were added to the economy statewide. The unemployment rate did fall to 8.7% from 8.9%. The numbers were released Thursday.
Officials this week continue the search for the body of Kane resident Mike Snyder, who's been missing and presumed dead since a canoe accident on Sunday on the Allegheny Reservoir in McKean County. Officials found his wife's body earlier this week, but Mike Snyder's body is yet to be recovered. Meanwhile, there's mounting opposition to the company New York State chose to make its new driver's licenses. The reason? That company is Canadian. A petition for people unhappy with the decision is now available at the Chautauqua County DMV offices. New driver's licenses will be black and white. And according to the AP, the state went with the highest bidder of $88.5 million for the new licenses. That's $38 million higher than the current provider. The state controller's office is reviewing the contract right now and still must okay it in order for that deal to be approved. Valerie.
Jeff, in our area, many people use Time Warner, and so many people have received a notice saying they have a new monthly lease fee for their modem. If you're upset by this, you're not alone. The New York Daily News says 2 class action lawsuits have been filed. The $3.95 fee is allegedly illegal because it's not included in existing customer service agreements, and a mandatory 30-day notice wasn't given.
Hostess, the company that makes Twinkies and Wonder Bread, says it's going out of business, shutting down and laying off all of its workers, nearly 20,000 people. The Texas-based company says a nationwide strike crippled its ability to make and deliver its products. Hostess had warned its employees that it would file for bankruptcy if plant operations didn't return to normal levels by last night, Thursday evening. The privately held company filed for Chapter 11 protection back in January. That was its second trip through bankruptcy court in less than a decade.
Oil prices are staying steady in the United States despite a dispute between Israel and militants in Gaza. Demand remains weak and supplies are abundant. Fears that oil supplies could be disrupted if the Israel-Hamas conflict keeps growing are assuaged by signs that the U.S. economy is struggling to regain its momentum. Officials say oil demand reflects our high unemployment and slow economic growth. And Twihards Unite. The final Twilight movie, The Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2, opened today. Hordes of Twihards gathered together last night to watch the midnight premiere, and our Ashley Masala spoke with David Stewart, who is the manager of the Olean Carmix Cinemas. He says their theater was very busy last night.
A second Ohio man has pleaded guilty to sending anonymous YouTube threats to the University of Pittsburgh. According to police, 25-year-old Alexander Waterland claims he hacked into the university's computer system after a series of unrelated bomb threats. The FBI says Waterland is a member of the hacking group known as Anonymous. Still to come on the 6 o'clock report, our first look at weather. Our global news update is on the way, and also a look at how the stock market did today. It's all straight ahead. Stick around. This is News Channel 25, WVTT.